Hello. I look like an egg crossed with a pirate. It's very sunny out. It's still very much summer, and I've dressed up as if it's middle of autumn, which is good fun. I'm probably going to boil as soon as I leave the house after this. Hello and welcome back everybody. So a lot has happened on this channel since the last time I was here. Oh, sorry, start again. Backtrack. I'm Fidesz. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I obviously don't post as regularly as I should, but I have plans to do more. I had plans last time as well, but it didn't really work out. I have plans to do more. I also realised that it will be my third year of uni, which will be interesting to try and balance both this and uni, but I'm hoping to bring you guys along my two final units at uni and bring you along with sort of the design process and like the process of researching and making and solving problems. So that's sort of the plan. For today though, I thought, you know what, since my last video did so well and it was about headscarf styles, I said, why not show mine? The one that I go to. It goes with everything that I wear. So I thought I'd share. And I've never seen anybody else wear it the same way that I do. I think probably some people would think that I don't wear it properly. But for me, this is how I wear it and this is how I feel like being a hijabi, so I'm going to stick with it and I'm going to be proud of it. So hopefully I can make some of you proud as well, and hopefully some of you might try it out. So the first thing I do is something I've seen only a couple of people do. I take the scarf. I'm doing a white one today because it matches my shoes, and I take the scarf and then I sort of flip it over like that, and then you get this. You get like a crossover and a triangle in the middle. So I put my head through the middle and I make sure there's a little bit of a triangle at the top that I just pulled apart. But yeah, just right that so that it's the right size. It's not too big, it's not too small. It'll just create that point without having the pointy bit in the scarf. And then you take it and you cross it over at the back. And then bam. Basically done the first step. And the next one's fairly easy. I've always liked the idea of maybe being able to like plait the scarf. So here's what we do. You take the two ends. I always bring it to my right side, but you basically cross it over again and then you start bringing it to this side. And you just do, oh, and then you just twist them around each other. Bring it up, around, and then you've got this little bit here. You could keep plaiting it and pulling it up around here, but because this has got the widest chunk, sometimes that can look weird. Also, while you're going, pull at the sides of your ears, because what that will do is if you leave it, it will lift up and then that will just reveal hair at the back of your neck. And I've got a way that I cross over the bottom of the back to try and hide my hair. And then what I do, instead of bringing it all up this side, if you have anything that pokes out like that, just tuck it in. It should go in fairly easily, like that. And then, so you've got it here, yeah, and you've got the two ends there. I would say probably twist it round so that you could get the smaller edge up around the side that has a bigger chunk of scarf, and then take the other side, twist it so that it doesn't look weird, and then pull it round. That should, I don't actually know what this looks like from the back, so this will be interesting to edit. But yeah, so then you twist it around like that, and then that just keeps it all in one place. I like having these little bits floating about because I think they look pretty cute. But you can easily just tuck them in if you don't want them. So then the bit where to cover my hair up, so I take these two end bits and I really pull on them and make sure that my hair is all nice and secure inside. This might widen the triangle in the front, that's absolutely fine. You can sort that out in a second. And then you bring it over like that. I tend to take, where are my pins? I tend to take a pin like this. So it's got a little ball point on the end. Helpfully, this is white, so this shouldn't be too visible. You just thread it through, thread it in and out a couple of times so it actually stays, otherwise it will just fall straight out. And then bam, that's covered it all up, really gets to the bottom of the hair. And then during the day, I've just gotten into a habit of like pushing my hair in. That tends to frizz my hair up more and pull it out more, but we've all got our flaws and it's okay. So this was originally like that just now, and what I just did is pulled on each edge and just did that. And then what you can do is take I could get one that's straight. All of them are sort of bent because of the way that I thread them into my scarf. So you take one of these like flat-headed T-pins. I hope that's visible. Flat-headed T-pin, and then you just poke that through. Try not to actually poke your head because I do that quite often too. Don't push it all the way through because obviously it will like the moment you start pulling on your scarf, it's just going to go through. That's that. But this thing at the back could fall out if you're doing a lot of like you know, moving about, shaking your head. I don't know where you're going, you might be partying, you might be at home, I don't know. But the point is, basically, if I try and show you what I'm doing, you grab the edge like underneath it's like caught onto your head, you pin through the actual twist first and then pin into the scarf that's on your head, and then you sort of loop it through and then come back out into the plait. So just really take your time with it. Make sure that it's going to be comfortable all day, and make sure it's not going to move around. I get really scared that like one strong gust of wind will just pull it right off my head. So I like to have a whole box of pins holding my scarf together. I also tend to, the bit that we twisted, like pulled apart at the back, I tend to try and get it at the bottom of where it like opens up. Because sometimes that can just look a little bit more jutty outy than the rest of it because it is like a whole separate piece. And again, I'm just making sure it's nice and secure at the bottom of my head. It's not going to rise up and show my hair. It's a lot of touchy-feely and just making sure you feel like it won't move, and if it feels like it's going to move, put another pin in. I think I've got everything. This is another new thing I've started doing, is putting bows into my scarf. It just adds a little bit of dimension. It stops me from thinking that my head looks like a potato and too round. It adds a little bit of height. So just like that. Looks really cute, especially with this jumper. And actually at the moment it's giving me very much my anime vibes or my like fantasy princess vibes. So with this one, it is just a ribbon that I've tied into a bow. So I tend to go through the scarf first, pin through the bow, and then back through the scarf and back out again. And that keeps it nice and secure. And that's all in one bow. Sorry, my nose is so itchy at the moment. There was a set 2, there's a white and black stripy one as well, and this is the dotted one. I take it at the bottom of my bun like that. Make sure it's sort of even at the bottom here. Pull it up, but knot it at the top. Don't pull too tight because obviously that's gonna pull on the wrap that we've done. And then just sort of play around to make sure it falls the same way. And then you bow it. So I do it like this, make the loop, wrap around each other and through, and just pull. That's a bit wide for me, so I'll just fiddle around with it until it's the right shape. And then what I do to try and make sure that the bow is even and nice, I take my finger through the loop of the bow, place it where I want it to be, puff it up just a little bit so it has that little bit of volume, take a bull-headed pin and just pin through the bottom of the bow. Don't pin it too close to where it bends over, just because what that will do is stop it from being able to puff up, actually like a bow, it will flatten it out. If you want it flatter, go ahead, do it flatter. Ow. Just went straight into my finger. And that's it. Really easy, really simple, looks really nice. And once you've got that bottom bit sorted as well, sits quite nicely. I've got such a bad suntan right here from like a suntan line, sorry. So I'm like darker on the middle of my forehead and then like light in the corner, so beware. But yeah, so that's how I do it. It's really easy, keeps it out of my face. It gives a little bit of dimension without having it all up here, which tends to give me a bit of a headache, so this is how I do it. Came across this by accident. I really was just trying to do something and it worked. So there was no rhyme or rhythm or reason to it. It just sort of happened one day and I've been doing it ever since. I didn't really follow any of the headscarf styles that I did in the past video, so have fun with this one. Excuse me. That's probably why my nose is itching. It's probably that. I should take an antihistamine. Anyway, general catch up. I am going into my 3rd year. I'm gonna sneeze again. My sneezes changed character. So a little bit of a general catch up with me, because nobody asked. I'm going to my 3rd year of uni, which is going to be interesting. It's been very intense, but I really want to up my game this year and do really, really well. So hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys along. I've got quite a lot of cosplay plans this year as well, which I'm not sure if will work. I'll definitely be doing a video based on my whole dissertation, because I'm not going to be doing all of that research and writing to then just put it on a page and hand it in, never look at it again. I'm hoping to also do a uni tips and tricks video as well, because I think there's a lot of things that I've learned the hard way, or I've just had people tell me to do, which I didn't know that I had to do. There'll definitely be more costume things, especially because there's a very specific style that's come out of lockdown, but I can never find any modest version of it. I'll be sharing some of my favourite hijabi like accounts that do what I want to do as well in those videos, so stay tuned and hopefully we can build some creativity and encourage curiosity, because why not? Thank you so much for joining me today. It was a really chill video. I really need to get going, and thank you for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you sometime in the future. Have fun. You're awesome. You're great. You're enough. I love you, and see you next time. Bye. I hope that makes a lot of sense. It did in my head, and then now saying it, I'm not entirely sure. Moving on.